We are in the car and we're on the way to Frio Valley Ranch Golf Club. It's gonna be epic. It is peaceful out here. It's the winter time, so there's no groups. Nobody's out here. Just me and hill country. Oh, and the deer. So I'm just gonna do a quick warm-up session and then putt a few, chip a few. Then we're gonna go and try to attack this golf course. All right, folks, listen up. Life, it's like this big old game, just like golf. And that range you're on, that's your warm-up for the real deal. You see, every swing you take, it's a lesson. Life's full of ups and downs, just like that golf ball. You adapt, you find your balance, and you don't force it. You go with the flow. So when you're on the practice range, this is where we just kind of tap into who we are that day, to what character we bring to the golf course, and we accept it. We don't try to change anything. We don't try to fix anything. We aren't perfect, just like our golf game, although we want to be. And we'll struggle, and we'll win, and we'll lose. But most of all, we will learn something about ourselves playing this game. And that's the most important thing to remember, that it's just a game. So go play it. First impressions of this golf course. It's not gonna be easy. It's windy out here, it's cold. The ball's not going as far, but not only that, the green complexes are kind of small. So you gotta aim small so you can miss small. If you miss the green, looks like to be a pretty tough up and down. Something that I like to do when I putt is pace out the putt. I figure out the length of the putt, which gives me a good idea on how far back to take this putter. Now I've been checking the levels, I've been checking the slopes, and we're going to talk more about aim point throughout the video, so stay tuned. We are playing from the tips today, and hole 2 really shows us that. It's 450 yards from the tips, it's a par 4, and it forces you to play your shot down the right center of the fairway, otherwise you're going to have a very long approach shot coming in. Left center, perfect drive. This is a 450 yard par 4 into the wind. It's a number 3 handicap hole. Let's see if we can make par. Now I'm practicing a hold off shot here, something to keep the ball low. It's 185 yards. I usually hit maybe a 7 or a choke down 6 for this, but I have to hit a 4 because the wind's dead in the face. So after you practice a couple of those shots, it's good to just kind of step into it and feel the same exact practice swing. We ended up just about pin high. At least we weren't short-sighted though. So we have a pretty straightforward pitch. Anything past this pin would be perfect. Or something like that. Frio Valley Ranch slowly starts sinking its teeth into you by hole 3. We're pushed back another 19 yards for almost a 470-yard par 4. Thankfully, we're a little downwind, and it's a wide open fairway. This is where we just bomb it. A little bit down. Besides taking one less club when you're downwind, try thinking of swinging to a balanced finish. It typically improves the tempo. That's what I try to do here. Right at it with a little bit of a draw. I studied aim point back in Orlando, Florida when I was playing professional golf under Mark Sweeney. He's the founder and developer of Aim Point Golf. And he showed me that every putt is a straight putt. It just breaks off an aim point. It really allowed me to start freeing up my stroke. I thought less about my putting mechanics and relied more on my natural ability to feel out the pace of every putt. I use it to this day. Dead center. Slight fade. Right at it, just a little bit right with a slight fade. All right. I like breaking up longer putts into 3 separate putts, so they'll have 3 separate reads for their slope. And I try to gauge if it's breaking left to right from each one of these reads. Now, if they're all breaking the same direction, I take the largest number and I'll use that as my aim point. Here, I gauged it to be about a 3-degree slope, right to left. I'm gonna hold up 3 fingers. And we can get into more detail on a later video, but this is just the basics, the very, very, very basics of what I would do when I approach all my putts. And you can see it's not far off. It just comes down to pace. If you have the pace right, the ball will fall in. So good speed, played a little bit too far outside the cup. Now the slope was right. It was just a little bit bumpy into the green. Knowing that I have to hit it harder to keep the ball on line, I should have played it a little bit less than what I thought. At the pin, just right. So my ball came up a little bit short. I brought over 2 wedges because I don't know what kind of lie it's going to be over there. So I always bring a couple. My 56 is a S grind Vokey. My 60 is an M grind Vokey. So one's a little more versatile, but a lower bounce. The other one is a higher bounce wedge. Depending on the lie, I'll choose which club. And just kind of judging by the looks of it, it might be the higher bounce option. So I played the higher bounce option thinking that the ball would roll out a little bit more after that hill. The ball did not roll out. I had 15 feet left and just missed it, as you saw. But can't get mad at that. It was a good roll, a good attempt, just a tough hole. Right down the center, right at that bunker out in the distance. Exactly what I did. Dead straight, right at the right edge of the bunker, at the center of the bunker. Right at it, just a little bit left. Finally, got a birdie. Downwind. Add it with a little fade. Got about 40 feet left for birdie. I'll try a dunk one. Gotta go. 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 Oh, I had the line. Straight fade. Right center of the green. All right, we gave ourselves a shot at eagle. We're warming up. We are 1 under. We have 2 birdies and 1 bogey. Let's see if we can keep this under par. Nice little round here.